Good Monday morning. Elle Ingalls here at pressure-free.com, elleingals.com, and I want to share my cool swag bag with you because oftentimes you hear, under promise, over deliver, and I felt that this company totally over delivered for their leadership team last week. So last week I coached two 90-minute sessions, the same session, so that all of the leaders at the Firekeepers Casino and Hotel could experience my intro to pressure-free living. We had a blast, to say the least. We did some really fun things in there, and they learned the method. They got the ABCs of fight or flight and the 3-step method and some great tools to get them started on the pressure-free path. Which of course is a learning experience and a process, which is why people like to go deeper with me to really get it in the bones and live a certain lifestyle that no longer triggers fight or flight. So I want to share my swag bag here because these guys really over-delivered. And shout out to Deanna. I'm going to tag her in here because she said, oh, we have a little swag bag for you. Well, this is not a little swag bag. Like, this is the bag. I want to share what's in it. First of all, I have a nice new hat. Okay, so we've got a great hat here. A white tee, and I've been needing a white tee, especially on hot days. So a very cool tee. Very nice. She asked me what size I was. I had to kind of guess on that. It's perfect. Also a mug. It's almost like she knows we break a lot of things in the Ingalls kitchen. So we have a nice new mug, which is very cool. A candle. So Firekeepers, keep the fire burning. Beautiful candle. And then probably this is my favorite thing that was included in this beautiful little swag bag. It's a Michigan keychain with their logo on it. And on the back, it says, voted best casino to work for by Casino Players Magazine. They voted the best by their own employees, by their own team members. That was so evident when I was coaching last week, to see how much they put in to creating an event for their leaders. They over-delivered in my estimation. Like, they really went all out for their own people, which you don't see a whole lot. You'll see trainings being held. You'll see people, maybe being sent to conferences and things, but to create the atmosphere they did and to bring in not just speakers to train like me, but also some entertainment, also, as in addition to, it was really an amazing event. And at lunch, we had 3 of the former Detroit Lions players share about sports and business and their differences and how you're in for the long game in business, how you don't see the results like you do when you're an athlete. You get the instant feedback and results when you're playing a sport like that. And they shared some differences, but one thing I really loved, so Lomas Brown said that everywhere he goes, he represents the NFL shield. He represents the Lions and all the other and the teams he's played for. And that these team members here, you represent your business. Maybe you don't own the business, but you represent it as a team member everywhere you go. That's something we'd always talk about our kids too. Like, you represent your family, you represent your school, you represent, what are you representing? And how are you carrying yourself as you go out around into the world? If you own your own business and you're creating your brand, you hear that all the time today. Like, everybody's creating their brand. In fact, my son's company, they're waiting on a couple of companies to actually decide on their branding before they'll do a video. So everyone's trying to find their brand. The brand starts with deep inside you. Who are you? What do you stand for? And who are you repping out into the world? So I really loved that message. Lomas Brown started it, and then it was picked up by Eddie Murray, picked up again by Herman Moore. Like, it was a really consistent message of the importance of representing your brand. And Herman Moore said something I really loved, and it reminded me of how my father ran his bank. So my dad was, for years, he was an executive vice president of a bank, and he ran a particular branch of this bank, and then he was a president of a bank. There was no job too small that my father wouldn't do. I remember this one case in point. He had a teller having a tough time balancing, the manager was having a tough time trying to figure out, the teller manager, he went in and he actually worked on it. So Herman Moore explained his example of actually standing in a mall with his team members in front of one of his stores and being right in there, doing the work that the team members do. And there's nothing that says more than when you're getting down into the nitty-gritty and being right there next to your people. I watched my dad do it, and I actually had a friend of mine who used to work for my dad years after I had left for college, and he told me in a letter, he goes, "Your dad was just an incredible boss." He emulated him because again, my dad would just get in the trenches with people, and not all leaders do that. They kind of hold themselves above. So how can you expand yourself, whether you're leading a family, whether you're leading a company, whether you have your own business, but how can you expand yourself to be able to shift into all of that elegantly and without any sort of chip on your shoulder too? That's the other thing I loved about these three gentlemen, is I didn't feel like there were any chips on their shoulders. So it was kind of cool to see it. So great experience, great swag bag, so much amazing gear here. But the thing I really love the most is, where did I put the little keychain? This little keychain. I'm going to use this little keychain. First of all, I love how sometimes people forget to include the UP when they make something of Michigan. So we've got UP and Lower Peninsula, and this message of that the Firekeepers team members voted it the best casino to work for in the country. So I was really pleased to be able to train the best of the best, and you can be one of the best too. It starts from deep within you, and it's not to be the best compared to other people, but more importantly, are you living your truth? Are you living your message? Are you living your brand, like who you represent and what you believe, in an elegant way, in a non-stressed out way? You can do a lot more when you're not triggering those stress hormones. So today I get to coach Kellogg, my team at Kellogg I've been working with for several weeks now. They actually engaged in all 12 of my wellness series for teams. So we're doing all 12 sessions. I think we're on session number 8 today, which is pretty exciting. And so if you belong to a team, and when I say team, I mean a school, a church, a campus of any kind, a hospital, a company, a corporation, a business. Maybe you have a small business and you have a small team. I work with teams of all sizes to help them actually gel as a team and help each other not trigger the stress response. When you can do that as a family, as a team, that's when you can really see some amazing results, because when you truly care about people, you're going to understand this when we do our first session. You don't ever want to see them trigger fight or flight when you truly care about people. And so helping each other is a cool thing that teams get to do. So I get to coach Kellogg today. I get to coach a private client tonight. I get to have some phone calls with some people, and I have some goals. I have some people I really want to coach this quarter, and I'm on a mission to do so. So I hope you have a great pressure-free day. And how can you over-deliver a little bit today? Maybe within your own family. Over-deliver on a meal, or over-deliver on a hug. Like, how can you over-deliver just a little bit? Certainly this little swag bag blew my mind. It was far from a little, like just a mug. Usually you get like a mug. Well, I got a mug, a candle, a hat, a t-shirt, and a beautiful keychain. Where's the logo? You gotta show the logo. So yes, a t-shirt and this beautiful keychain. So I hope you have a great pressure-free day. Bye.